Hello guys, welcome to another pick a card reading with me, Snow. How are you doing today? If you're coming back, hello again. And if you're here for the first time, what the hell are you waiting for? Go subscribe. So today's reading is all about messages that were meant to find you. So if you're here, then, well, they did its job. So hi. We're picking with runes today. Actually, well, yeah, this is the topic. We're not even asking questions. We're just saying, okay, whatever cards want to tell you, we're going to take it. So yeah, for group number 1, we have the rune of joy and bond. Then for group number 2, we have the rune of fortune, also livestock, stability. Then for group number 3, we have the rune of birth and also inspiration and creativity. So yeah, while you're trying to pick, and you can go rewind, you can go watch it. You don't have to stay here. I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna use. So we're using my manga tarot, as well as the runic oracle, and for advice the animal kin tarot. So it's very animal kin oracle. What am I talking about? Oh my god. So yeah, this is what this is everything we're using today. So if you guys are ready, let's go to your timestamps. Hello group 1, welcome to your reading of messages meant to find you. So you got the rune of the bond, the family bond. That's what it means. And to me it always feels like the lovers. So the message here that we're relaying today is all about your friends and family, your relationships, your romantic relationships. It's about having harmony with someone you're close with. And I'm getting that you need to speak to someone. Wow, okay, that was forceful. So you need to look at your relationships. Look at all the relationships in your life. What are you doing? What is missing? What is happening? Like, you need to really figure out the people you want to keep in your life and the people you don't want to keep in your life. So that's there. Okay, let's see then. What messages is group 1 meant to, hear? What messages does group 1 need to hear? Oh, wow. Okay. And immediately I had that song by Sigrid. Do you know her? She's really talented. It's called Burning Bridges. You love somebody, but you gotta let go before you go down with them. You love somebody who loves burning bridges. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And I'll explain why. Okay, let's get one more. Messages. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay, let's clarify them. I'm already getting it. So let's see. The Knight of... okay. Oh, wow. All right, I'm getting it. The Tower. What is the Tower about? What is the Tower about? Oh, I love readings like that. I'm going to do that for myself later. The Tower card. What is the Tower about? What is the Tower about? Oh, okay. The 8 of Swords. The Emperor. The Page of Swords. And the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Alright, so the bottom of the deck is the 5 of Pentacles, the Priest, which is basically the High Priestess here, because it's gender bent, this deck is like that, and the King of Cups. Wow. Okay, so the 5 of Pentacles is about lack. That's what it is, and that's what strikes to me, and that's how you feel right now. That maybe you're lacking, either you're lacking closeness in your relationships, or you just feel like you're lacking something in order to build close relationships. Like the King of Cups here, actually, I'm gonna read what it says for him because it was really nice. It's actually really, I love reading the messages they have. Sometimes they're really cute. So the King is surrender to feelings and don't withdraw. Like, that's what you gotta do. And I'm getting that this, to me, that's how I read it. And oh my god, like, I totally understand you. The spirit is garden to be cultivated with love. This is what the priest says. And I'm getting that you feel right now that you cannot feel your feelings, or that you're lacking feelings, or there's something is happening that, is making you feel like, right? You feel like if you let all your feelings out, you're gonna lose people, or you're gonna step on some toes. Like there's like the fear here to disrupt whatever balance has been created, whatever, bond has been created. But I'm getting that even if you let it go, even if you like decided, okay, like let it go, you still have things coming to you. And the heart wants what it wants. That's what I'm getting. You have a Two of Wands and a Two of Pentacles as well, and I had to see them. To me, that means sometimes you gotta wait. And what it says for this card is the heart knows even when the eyes can't see, or something like that. It was just, and what's hidden here? And there's like a page of wands hidden. So yeah, you just have to figure out which relationships you want to keep, which relationships you don't want to keep. I got a really interesting messages here. The Knight of Wands is definitely some passionate action, something that you gotta do, someone that like goes straight for the prize. But you have this Seven of Swords here, which in this deck is more about strategy, not so much about life, but more about sometimes you have to take a shortcut, or like a different route, or like conceal your plans. Like I'm just getting that in order to figure out what to do, if it's a relationship, one relationship, like a romantic relationship, or multiple people, just like figure out how your life is going, how your relationships are going. I'm getting you first need to figure out a plan of action. You can't just like go straight forward, and like you might be used to doing that, but now you gotta slow it down and be like, okay, all right, how do I do this? Like, how do I do this in the most effective way that I'm not just, burning bridges? Like the Tower is, for me, it's burning bridges, especially here. Like she's so triumphant though. In this deck, I always read it as something positive, because it's like basically you managing to free yourself. The thing is that if you free yourself, if you're very high on, how they say, adrenaline, or just impulsivity, you're gonna burn bridges. I'm getting that you might regret. So you got to think about what you're doing. So there's got to be a strategy. You cannot just be like, oh, okay, well, goodbye, right? I'm just getting someone very much like, goodbye, hello, right? That kind of energy where I'm getting, this is what I'm seeing, a couple that gets back together, breaks up, gets back together, breaks up, right? It's always like, it's like a vicious cycle. And that's not something that you want to do. You want to make a decision. The King of Swords here is actually, I'm going to also read that one as well, because I like what they say here. The King of Swords is a thought faced with criticism. Only by comparing different opinions can the limits of your thinking be found. Right, so that way, before you burn the bridges, I guess, compare the different opinions and see what you resonate with. So basically, I'm just getting that a lot of people might have an input on your relationships, or a lot of people might have an input on your life, and that's why you think, oh no, I have to cut some people, goodbye, snip snip. All we do with that. So the Eight of Swords here though, the Emperor, I get it. The Emperor has a lot of duties. The Emperor is carrying the, I'm seeing how the crown is like left aside, because the crown is heavy. It is heavy to carry all the responsibility, all the actions, and that's how you feel. You feel like you have to be the one responsible for sorting your life out, or for choosing and picking, and for basically whatever relationship you're dealing with, you're the one that has to make the hard decisions, or you feel like you have to make the hard decisions, and you don't want to. You really, really don't want to. So that's why you're feeling like, oh, I'm so tired of this. And I get that feeling where your shoulders are very heavy, like you're carrying the whole world. I'm a person who feels that all the time, and everyone's like, why are you stressed? Well, because that's how I feel, like I have to carry the whole world. Do I have to? No, of course not, but that's how I feel half of the time. So and the other half I'm asleep. Right, you would think I was going to say something different, but yeah, the Eight of Swords is definitely you thinking that you're trapped, because there's a lot of people you're responsible for. This could be Something, this could be to do with your family. That's also what I'm seeing, because you want to kind of separate from them. You want to put more firmer boundaries if there's some problems, or if you're just not right. To me, that just means someone who gets constantly criticized for their choices. Like maybe you get criticized by your parents, by your friends, like, right, other family members, and you want to cut it off. But at the same time, you're like, oh, but maybe people are dependent on me. Like there's got to be like a rhyme and a reason. So I guess you're waiting for it to settle. The Page of Swords is the beginning of a thought. And what is the thought? The thought is that you need better foundations. That's what you're thinking. You need better foundations in your life. So the message you need to hear is that yes, absolutely. And you can get it. Like, right? You don't have to be, you don't have to be the emperor. You don't have to be the ruler of a fallen kingdom. Like, 'cause that's what it feels like. Like you're just, everything is in ruins, but you're still there and still thinking, oh, but that's my. Sometimes you can abandon ship. Okay, you don't have to go down. Like I'm seeing the captain goes down with the ship. That's how you feel, but you don't have to. You can just start fresh. You can start anew. You can spin the wheel. You see this, the Wheel of Fortune. But I think you're a little bit afraid of change. This is what I'm getting, because right now the way you do things, it's like, I think it guarantees you that you don't have to deal with these people. If you go really forceful and you just kind of burn the bridges, you don't have to deal with them anymore. But Spirit says, well, sometimes that's not the best strategy. The Four of Pentacles here is you being trapped with your thoughts, with your desires, with everything you want to do or you have to say, or and you're thinking, oh, but like the universe will take care of it. That's true. At the same time, you cannot just rely on everything else. Sometimes you got to be the one taking the action. So the message you need to hear today, if you want to spin the wheel, you really got to move to the next level. And that's, getting over the fear that if you share some of whatever burdens you're carrying, or whatever feelings you have, or right, that you will lose it all, because you will not. And if you lose something, then it wasn't for you, then it was never meant for you. That's how it is. And sometimes we have really strong foundations at the wrong place. Like, for example, think of it as when you're building a house. And if you build it on sand, for example, or lands that are swamp, right, the house will cave in at one point, right? The house will the foundations will rot and things will not be as good. Like, they will not be as brand new. They will be, your deck will be ruined, let's put it this way. But, and yeah, I'm looking at that. This is just the same as like relationships and your life in general. Like if you start a foundation on ground that's not even on sand, let's see, like your sand, ash, right? If you start your foundations on sand, the house will cave in. That's what I'm getting. So you need to have really good, like you need to pick the ground that you're gonna build on, right? Don't be too fast with that, because I'm just getting that you're someone who's ready to build, ready to make it through. And right, and this is a metaphor for relationships. Basically, the ground that you're building is the person. Okay, what kind of a person do you have? Are they stable? Are they someone that can hold a foundation? And if they can't, then can you find someone else? Or the place that you're in, are you able to set up there? Do you feel safe? Do you feel nurtured? Like basically it's all about safety, and maybe that's why you're staying here, because you're like, oh, I'm safe here. You're being asked to love. Basically, love is the opposite of fear. You've been asked to feel your feelings, let emotions overtake you, because that way you can really trust to be in a place that's good for you. Yeah, even though it's more comfortable to just be like, I'm just kidding, you're someone who might be starting over a lot because you're constantly in the pursuit, and you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna build good foundations. But then again, the ground could also be you. The ground can be you, because you might be, as I said, on dry sand. Right? You cannot build on dry sand. That is ridiculous. I mean, you can, but right. Or maybe you're in as I said, somewhere where it's not good. It's gonna Maybe it's an area where there's a lot of earthquakes. Let's put it this way. Maybe you're very turbulent and you're trying to set up something new and it doesn't work because the problem is not, and you think, oh, the problem is probably the, maybe if I use different wood, if I use like different, bricks. No, it was never the material. It was always the foundation. And you can go around it if you cannot, fix your foundation, fix your, like ground, by using different materials. That's also a thing. And I don't know why I'm talking so much about construction, but it's a great metaphor. Basically, the message today is to find better ground to build on. Find better materials. Just find things that are better for you, right? You don't have to be on squeaking on faulty foundation. Okay, let's get more messages meant to find group 1. What does group 1 need to hear? Okay, passion. Okay, so Tivasrun and Rido. So basically I'm seeing someone who's very confident to move on. Okay, so you're not lacking drive. That's the thing. I see you have a lot of drive. Some people want to make change, but they never have the guts to do it. You have it. You have all the passion, all the drive, all the fire in you, let's put it this way, right? You want to succeed. But at the same time, there's a lot of fear here. And I think you have that fire not just because, you have it and you like it, but also because you think that, oh my God, if I don't hurry, then I will never, make it in time. Like there's something here about meeting your needs, getting what you want, what you need in time. Like the time will run out. That's what I'm hearing. The time will run out. For what? What? I'm hearing there's no such thing as time running out. Time is always here and now. You cannot run out of time. I mean, we can. We're humans and we perceive time this way, but technically you can never run out of it. So I'm getting the message you need to hear is that you're moving. Whatever you do, you're moving. Whatever moves you make, you're still moving, even if you're standing still, right? And that's like a fear of yours, to stand still, to just be in the moment, to just be with your thoughts, right? I'm seeing someone that, right? A lot of people avoid that. You wouldn't believe how many people avoid that and be like, oh, I'm okay, and they avoided their things. And sometimes, I mean, I used to be like that, but not anymore because I can't. It's not, the way to deal with pain is not around it, it's through it. Kind of like a psychological, those questions where you answer. And I remember one question being exactly like, how do you deal with obstacles? Do you go around them, or do you go over them, or like through them, or something like that? And I've always been the person that's like, I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna, right? It shows the way you're thinking. But with you, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'll go through it. I go like straight through it. So maybe you gotta try the different approach, going around it, or if you're going around it, go through it. I'm just getting change something in order to build. And again, you got that foundation, building, structure. You have to get better structures. Have a set of, this is good. Have a set of goals, standards. Have a set of beliefs, morals. Check what they are. Okay, and if somebody is, and build a foundation with that. And if somebody is like really trying to, question it, you're not, right? You're not so easily swayed because you already know what you want. You already know what you need. You already know what you stand for. I'm hearing you, right? You gotta stand for something, otherwise you're gonna stand. You're gonna fall for anything, as they say. So that's what I'm getting. Stand up for yourself as well. Oh, that's a nice message. I needed to hear that too. Stand up for yourself. Man, justice. Okay, and finally I'm going to get you some advice with this one. This was a short and sweet reading. I hope you really liked it. Okay, ooh, look at that. Buffalo. Gratitude. That's actually really in tune with the team. Can we get, okay. Intuition. And what else? Cardinal. Passion. Oh, these are so nice. Okay. So you have the peacock, inspiration, and what is that? Jellyfish, flow. Should we get both? Actually, I'm going to get just the peacock. But the jellyfish's message is basically that you need to sometimes flow with the crowd until you're ready to break free. And that could be you breaking free. You needed to already break free from relationship, a family unit, friend group. Doesn't matter what it is. It's like I'm seeing someone who's ready to fly solo for a while at least to find better ground. And there's no shame in that. Okay, sometimes people think that, oh, I've known this person for so long, I should be loyal. No, no. Right? Don't be afraid to burn bridges. And some people, right? And I'm like that. Sometimes I burn bridges with people. Sometimes I just struggle so much, and I don't know the difference. It's hard. So yeah, the peacock is air card, and we have earth, another air card. Oh, actually, this is a spirit card, and fire. Fire. You really gotta put some work into it. Where is that? What number is that? I'm just looking through the pages. Come on. Well, I'm giving you more of my life story. Okay, peacock, inspiration. Pride in our achievements creates inspiring change. So be proud of where you are. I'm just getting, you might... Okay, so this card, you get it when... I guess you always want to change stuff because you're never satisfied. And basically this card is telling you as well as a gratitude card to just be... To be satisfied, okay, with what you have. Because when you're satisfied, when you're like grateful for what you have, you're able to create more. So yeah, peacocks are the true gatekeepers to our pride. They permit us to show off our true colors and to see the beauty that is all around us, allowing us to act as inspirational guides to those who are drawn to our unique plumage and captivating offerings in this world. Once we collect the wisdom we seek, we are then guided to showcase this to the world, proud of our story, our journey, and our accomplishments, and to never apologize for how beautiful, powerful, wise, and talented we are, right? Right? If you have to be a king amongst peasants, that's what I'm getting, a queen amongst, peasants. Not to say that that's a way to think about people. It's like, oh, these right? And just be like, oh, whatever. But sometimes you just gotta, stand up and show off yourself and not be afraid to, shine a little. Because let me tell you, I love attention, but at the same time, I hate attention because I feel greedy when I ask for it. Right? So I don't want to ask for it. I just want to get it. But at the same time, I don't know how to get it. So it's like, you see what I mean? And I think, you think you understand what I mean. Right? And it shouldn't be so hard. It shouldn't be so hard to be proud of who you are and of your achievements. I'm getting... Go find a Leo, the Leo sign. Go find a Leo, any kind of Leo placement. Preferably ascendant or the sun, Leo sun. They will show you all about being seen, being noticed, being in the center of the spotlight. Like, they love that. Learn from them. They're not afraid to just, demand attention. Demand it. So yeah, Buffalo, gratitude. Gratitude. Where is it though? Where can I find it? Oh yeah. Okay. Deep acknowledgement for what you have enables you to thrive. Right? What I said. You gotta be grateful. When we see that such large, strong, and powerful beings can survive on elements so readily available and renewable here on Earth, sunshine, rain, soil, and plants, we can see that when respect is given to such important and sacred offerings, our gratitude is in turn rewarded back through Mother Earth, through nature, to nurture that which dwells upon her. Okay. So nurture yourself. As I said, find yourself a... Okay. They say we should treat ourselves like plants. Okay, get some water, some sun. I'm also going to add, find yourself a nice place to, put down your roots, as we were discussing. Because you can look at it as a house, or you can look at it as a plant, right? Because a cactus, let's put it this way, everybody's different. So a cactus will thrive in the sand. A cactus will love it. Okay, that's how they were built. But for example, an orchid would die. An orchid will die in the Sahara, right? The orchid needs rainforest. It needs humidity. So I'm getting, basically, find out what kind of a person you are, what kind of a flower, what kind of right material, right? Learn what you're made of and what you need. Because sometimes you might like yourself. You might be like, oh, I it's okay, right? For example, if you live in a big city and you insist, oh, I can do this, I can deal with this, but you're not cut out for it. That's no shame. Or if you think that your small town is too small for you, right? You can always be like, okay, I need to go to the peoples. Right? That's fine too. You just gotta. I'm just getting right, a fish out of water. That's what I'm getting. Like you're, or more fish analogy, as in you're like a big fish in a small pond, and you want to be a small fish in a big pond, or the opposite. Maybe you feel like a small fish in a big pond, and you just want to be, sometimes you want to be the big fish, right? Or a fish that's amongst their own kind and not just right, either a predator or prey. So yeah, I'm getting find out what you're made of so that you can find the best solution for you. Because it's deeply personal. Because sometimes people can tell you all kinds of things. They can give you all kinds of advice and just insist that you do what they say. But that works for them. That doesn't work for you. And again, I'm guilty of that. Not of the giving advice part. Because I kind of, I stopped doing that since, come on, it's none of my business. Right? But at the same time, I have people that are guilty of that. They're just telling me, oh, this should happen like this because, they know for it to happen like this. But everybody's different. So you can never have you have similar experience, but none of them are going to be exactly the same. So even if I'm sitting here today giving you advice, in fact, I don't know your story. I don't know each and everyone's story. So I can give you as close to that, but at the end of the day, it's your intuition that's going to decide whether this message is for you or not. So, and that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of free will, free choice. So as we say, it ain't that deep. Intuition, and this is the card of intuition, right? As I was talking about intuition, the owl. Limitations are gifts that enables us to further develop our psychic abilities. See, obstacles are put in your way, and a lot of people, as I said, would just freeze. They would want to run from it or just never really meet that. But sometimes you just gotta barrel through. You really gotta, like if you have a wall, you just gotta destroy it. That's the tower there. We don't circle it around and like, oh, maybe we should get another way. No. You tear it down. You came in like a wrecking ball, baby. The solitary owl invites us to deepen our spiritual practices, turn inward for answers, and to develop the trusting relationship with our own intuition. They show us that a stealthy, still, and quiet spiritual practice can be more beneficial than those who take a more loud and proud approach. Right? You don't have to do it. Right? You don't have to. This is also why I'm here. You don't have to proclaim everywhere that you're spiritual and that you're on a journey and that, you're better than everyone. Right? That's also another thing. The most spiritual thing you can do is actually, right? Keep it to yourself. Set boundaries and just, right? Because that's how I'm seeing it. Truly religious people, let's put it this way. Truly religious people who truly believe, who are really devoted to their practices, you will never see them be too vocal about it in a way, I would say, because there's no point, because it's more private, right? Your intuition, your gifts, as I said, or your right, your faith, they're private to you. And this is what I'm getting, that it's not bad to be private. Sometimes you need that privacy, okay? Not everyone should be in your business. And I don't know if it's just me, but I hate people being in my business. It makes me wanna, just right? Because I'm too kind to actually, say it. I'm just always like, yeah, that's fine. But sometimes I just want to punch somebody because I'm like, shut up. I don't want to know. Yeah, but we live with different people, and sometimes you cannot escape the people who are very, how do I say it, aggressive or forceful or, out there in your face. And I see it in a way of you're meant to learn something. You're meant to maybe stand up to them or either, kind of drift away from them. There's only two things, it's fight or flight. So yeah, cardinal, passion. Tell your story with pride and attract your tribe. That's what we started with. Pride. And not being proud, like, oh, look at me. But like pride, right? Because be proud of yourself. You achieved enough. You achieved a lot. Okay? Crimson red is the color of passion, power, confidence, and strength. Therefore, we can run upon this standout feature and learn that in order to lead a full life of passion, we must draw on our inner strength, confidence, the thing, and sexuality to excite and energize us to move forward by doing the things that really make us feel alive. Cardinals teach us to examine what we really love about our lives and to then nurture and defend what we hold most dear. It is here we can see what drives us and what is really important to us, thus giving insight into what work we feel called to do in this lifetime, right? It was all about, it was more about relationships, but now it's about work. So, right, when you set up this good foundation for yourself, everything will fall into place. This is what I'm hearing, because it's most, right, and the red is also the color of our first chakra, and it is important. That's an important chakra. Sometimes you don't get to access your full potential because maybe you feel unsafe. Think about people who are in situations that are life-threatening, like refugees, for example, or homeless people. Right? You're not meeting your first basic need: shelter, food, shelter, right? Your body being okay. When you don't have that, think of it in like such basic terms, like the hierarchy of needs. That's the first need. If you're not meeting that, how are you going to build upon? How are you going to feel good if you don't have the basic need of safety? Right? And that's what it is here. You have to find that foundation so that you can let your passion, fall through. Then you can start building the other, right? Because we go from the bottom to the top chakras, right? And sometimes that's what we do in today's lifetime. You might not have the second one or, third one active, maybe the first one for some of you, but sometimes you might have the heart chakra active. A lot of people, like for example, let's say that's how they explain it to us, mothers. So sometimes they're not meeting their basic most needs. Okay, so the child can get their needs met, so they can meet their child's needs. Their heart chakra, their need for companionship, relationship, like that's what is met. That need is met, but their own needs are not met. They're not expressing themselves. They're not like they're thinking about, right. So sometimes you can have that need, you can have that chakra, and you can have something else that's below inactive, or you can have a lot of people I know have everything on the top active, like they're very like seeing everything, but they cannot ground themselves. So what's the point if you if you just reach for the sky and never actually have roots? That means you're just there, you're just floating. And everybody needs foundation, and it takes a while to realize, because I'm also a very airy person, right? I love being up in the clouds, up in the dreamland. Sometimes you need to actually be here in reality, be still, right? So that you can explore things having to do with your body and stuff. So yeah, that's all I'm getting for today for the message. I'm gonna stop here, otherwise we're gonna go all night, and I love you guys, but I also have to sleep. So yeah, if you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a nice comment down below, tell me what you want me to do next. Go follow me on Instagram. I post weekly pick a cards there. My website should be up and launched, so go check that out. It's on my channel page as well as my Twitch. And if you want a personal reading, I am currently on a little bit of a break, but I'll be updating you. So if you want a reading, just email me and we'll figure it out. But officially, my readings are open on the October 11th. So you can order it, and I'm gonna do it by then. Yeah, I just don't want to have too many at this time because I'm trying to really relax. So yeah, it's just really not working out for me. But hey, we're getting there. So yeah, that was all I have for you. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys. Hello group 2. Welcome to your reading of Messages Meant to Find You. So you have the rune of the structure, the livestock. And I'm just hearing the message today for you. And you might want to watch actually group number 1, because we started talking about that there too. For you, it's mostly just building upon it. And I'm getting building a house, building a home, building a family. I want to read more about this rune, this particular rune, because there was more that I'm missing out here. But yeah, it's all about long-lasting change. Peace and protection. So, you know what I'm also getting, that at this time, the message that you're getting might be to go back to your roots. Go back to the place where you all started. This could be about literally just visiting your family, or it could be about really, really going back and thinking about, what went wrong? Okay, what happened that it made me like this? What happened in my childhood, for example, that, what trauma is manifesting right now? This is what I'm also hearing. So yeah, but it is about your structure, about your family bonds. That's also the, oh no, I moved it. I moved it. No, it's out of, oh, I hope it's nice. The perfectionist in me must be always even. Okay, let's see what messages I meant to find you. Okay. What messages does group 2 need to hear? What messages does group 2 need to hear? What messages does group 2 need to hear? Yep, childhood. Whenever I said it, your childhood. Your childhood home, happy place. Or I'm also getting the history you had with someone. What kind of history do you guys have? That is, like, it could be about a fundamental, like I'm just getting a fundamental relationship in your life or relationships. Something fundamental. This might not even be about another person, but it might be about, right, your own stability. Oh, look at that. Nice, all right. So the 6 of Cups. What is that about, the 6 of Cups? Ooh, the Devil. I see some trauma there. The 10 of Cups. 10 of Wands. The Empress. 10 of, okay, that's just like, that's crazy. Okay, so you have 2 6s and 3 10s. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Page of Cups. And the 6, oh, the Lovers. Oh my God, that's so sweet. That just flew out there, just like, okay, so you have the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. Okay, so this is getting about, okay, so this is about a fundamental relationship in your life, and it might be one that could be a divine connection. That's what I'm getting for some of you, so maybe you need to hear something about that. But overall, it's about finding patience. I guess to walk away from things that are not good for you. Also, what I'm getting for the card, for the 8 of Cups, is if you walk alone, you'll get there faster, right? It was, okay, actually I'm going to read it for you. Okay, I'm not going to do that when I'm just trying to remember and I misquoted. No, I'm going to read it for you. It was really, actually really nice. Okay, so go back. Arriving at a destination alone is to have walked during winter. Okay, so I'm hearing that you must not walk alone. And I'm hearing that song by Paris, the group, you know, the band, Walk Alone. I always walk alone without you. Also, they have a song called Winter. And it was something like, oh, if I can remember the lyrics. And maybe that's how you feel right now. And the lyric was something about your breath so cold. You're so cold that I see my breath. It was something like that. I don't remember the lyrics exactly. But listen to those 2 songs, Walk Alone and Winter by Paris, spelled with a V. Yeah, but this is what I'm getting. And also the 4 of Cups is about habits. So I'm getting, oh wow, okay, this is the message. Wow, we're getting a breakthrough. So the 7 of Pentacles is about patience, building something else, planting the seeds. And I'm getting, you plant the seeds, you plant the new seeds, and you want to work on it, right? You want them to work, you want them to grow, but because you don't have patience, you just go back to what is familiar. You go back to what you're used to. And I'm seeing someone repeating patterns from their childhood, repeating patterns they got from their home, from their house, patterns about relationships, right? Whatever is, it's not the best, but it's what's safe. It's what's familiar. Right? Kind of like why we still attract the same people. And today I was explaining to my friend, oh, actually, you know, for me, it's okay to be with someone who doesn't, or to be with, to kind of like fall for people who don't really fall for me, because that's safe. That I know how that ends. But like, if they actually like me, I don't know how that ends. Like I never, what? So yeah, it's a pattern. The way people interact with each other, the way your parents interacted with each other, sets you up to how you're going to interact with people, because that's what you saw, that's what you like seen people do. So even if it doesn't work, you're going to still repeat it. And that's what I'm getting here. Patterns that you go back to because you're not patient enough to build new foundations, new habits, better habits. Like kind of like when you have a fight. Okay, let me like give you an example. When I have a fight with someone, oh my god, like I'm horrible. Like I either don't say anything until it's too late, until it builds up, and then it's like a huge, like a volcano of emotions, like an eruption, and then yeah, that's not how you fix conflicts. Conflict should happen, like you should like talk about it over time. But because I never seen people do that, that's how I deal with my emotions. So yeah, that kind of thing. I don't know what if maybe your family doesn't really talk about things, right? They kind of just right. For example, topics, they don't talk about the hard topics. They don't talk about topics that they're just uncomfortable, right? They never talked about like maybe sex to you because they were uncomfortable. So now you're kind of just uncomfortable with them about other stuff, right? Because that's what it creates it. So yeah, and maybe because you never discussed serious topics with like your family, you cannot discuss the same topics with your significant other. It's harder to do that. It's harder to trust. If your parents are divorced, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, and you know what it is. You know best than anyone what exactly the trauma was, or what exactly was it. What pattern was it that did it for you? That now you just kind of repeat it, and I'm getting you don't want to repeat it. But it takes patience that you just don't really have. So as I was saying, the Six of Cups and the Devil is definitely something that has gripped you for a long time. I'm seeing codependency. I'm seeing something that you think, oh, but I'll never break it. I'll never break the chain. And here with the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, happiness is a burden, right? And you know what I'm getting here? You might have had the best childhood. It might have been super happy, right? Or right now you're with a partner that you're super happy with. And by the way, let me just tell you, the children you see here are the same children as here. Like they're grown up now. So, right? Or you've been with someone since childhood. This could be also it. You've met someone since childhood and now you're with them. This could also be you've been with them a long time, like you grew up together. But yeah, at the same time, I'm just getting, this is something that has gripped you for a while, and the Ten of Wands is telling me, it's like happiness can also be a burden, right? Happiness can also be hard. And I'm hearing maintaining even the best of relationships, maintaining even the easiest of relationships still requires work. Basically, every relationship requires work. And that's why we try to find someone we're the most compatible with so we can do the least amount of work, because it's really hard. Right, when people say, oh, opposites attract. Yeah, that's cute, that's nice, that creates passion, but at the same time, it creates a lot of problems because you ultimately want to be with someone who understands you, or at least is trying to make the effort to understand you if they don't necessarily, right? But I'm seeing here that you either you could be with someone who doesn't really make the effort to understand you, doesn't understand you, or just simply cannot. And that is always, that's the tragedy. That's the biggest tragedy, when we're with someone who we really, really love, but they don't understand us, right? Because it's not enough. It's not enough to love someone. You also have to try to understand them, have to try to, get to them, have to try to get them to talk to you so that you may better, right, get to know them. And again, even if those relationships where everything is out on the table, where you have good communication, where things are going, you're still going to have challenges because that's how life is. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, I could have the easiest relationship, like with someone that's exactly like me. And then I met them and I was like, oh, so that person is exactly like me. And oh my God, I don't like it. I don't like it at all because they show you all your flaws. And it's like, ugh. So true compatibility, in my opinion, is when you have enough differences to have a challenge, but also enough similarities to be a good couple, to be like a good match. Otherwise, if you're the same, exactly the same, or completely different, right, you're gonna have, either you're not gonna have anything in common, so you just base it off chemistry, or you're gonna have so much in common that at one point you're just like, okay, well, I learned nothing, this is boring, right? So here, and this is what I'm getting, that you need to hear, that even the best of relationships have struggles, and that is normal. That is a conflicts needs to be, yeah, right, needs to be talked about. The burdens need to be shared. That's what I'm getting. You gotta share the burdens. And if you come from a place where you're not, right, you're not sharing them, then that's got to stop, okay? Because this seems to me that you're the one maybe trying, or they're the one maybe trying to keep all the burdens, and that's not how it works. You do it together, okay? See how even here in front of the devil, they're together. That's how it is. The Empress with the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, that's actually really sweet if I think about it. What you need to hear is that yes, you can nurture this. You can nurture a good relationship, a relationship that's stable, that's solid, that actually gives you, bliss, the family home that you always wanted. And I'm also, you know what I'm getting, you guys, you always wanted that stability. You always wanted that stable house where you don't have to, hide. I'm getting maybe you hiding from, I'm not gonna resonate for all of you, but I'm getting you hiding from someone's anger, one of your parents' anger, maybe both of them, which I'm sorry about. Like, that's not a way to live. But I'm getting now, even though this person might, get mad sometimes, you get mad sometimes, they're not abandoning you, okay? They're staying with you. You can nurture this. You're nurturing each other into this Ten of Pentacles, into this, the family that you always wanted but you never had. That's what I'm getting. And you only have, oh, this is something that you gotta choose that though. This is something that, and this is something I hate hearing as well. I have my Venus in Libra, which means that I can never make a decision when it comes to love. Okay, when it comes to other things, I'm just like, yeah, decisions. But when it comes to love, I am always like, I can never imagine how all these, young adult novel, heroines, like how, in the novels, in books, movies, TV, whatever, have to choose between two people. What? No. If I have, like, even okay, even if I have a clear favorite, okay, Team Stefan over here, right? Even then, I would be like, how the hell am I supposed to choose? Where I'm getting right? Because it's like, oh no. So I can never imagine people fighting for me. I'd rather just be like, ooh, you make a decision for me. I don't want to be involved, than actually make the decision, because that's a lot of responsibility. But I'm hearing here, you gotta choose love. Choose love. Choose love. Yeah, choose to show that love with this Page of Cups. And it's not just love for you. Like, it's not just love for them. It's love for you. It's love for both. It's just, basically, I'm hearing lead with love. That's what you gotta do. Because right now, you might be choosing to lead with maybe logic, or maybe just, go with the patterns you've learned. That's what it is. Because that's what we have. Like, we only have the tools that we were, given, right? Until we learn how to use other tools. So sometimes, right, in certain situations, you get triggered, and then it just goes back to, like, I know, I get triggered, and I go back to, okay, and now I'm 5, and I'm throwing a tantrum because, daddy didn't buy me the doll that I wanted, for example. And that's how, imagine that, but like 20, 30 years later, where your partner just doesn't really, how do I say it, is not really listening to you, or like not really, for example, you wanted something, they didn't get it, and now suddenly you're 5 again, and you're throwing a tantrum because daddy didn't, right? This is how those things work. And this is what you need to do whenever you feel like, okay, a pattern's coming up. Just be like, okay, what do I have? What's the choice here? And the choice is always to be like, okay, so I'm an adult now. I'm a grown-ass person, and I'm not going to throw a tantrum because somebody didn't meet my needs. I'm going to explain what my need is, and I'm going to get it met, right? I'm going to get it met. And this is a desire to get your need met. The Six of Pentacles here is that, yes, people can meet your needs. People can give you as well as you can give to them. But you got to say it. You got to ask it. And also I'm getting, you got to trust. This card to me is always about trust, because they have leprosy. And as you know, that's like a skin condition. It's I think it's caused by bacteria, if I'm correct. Anyways, this card makes you think of Princess Mononoke. If you have watched it, if you have not watched it, what are you doing? Okay, go watch it. But basically, the people there, they had it, but the lady of the town that was employing them, she didn't care. She gave them all jobs. She made them feel she made them feel human again. This is what one of them said. I feel human again. I feel like, she cares about us. Nobody sees us as human beings. And that was the saddest thing. That movie, My parents got me the DVD when I was 6 because they thought, oh, it's animated, must be for kids. I was like, oh, you guys are never not familiar with you guys are not familiar with anime, I see, because that was not for kids. There was decapitation, missing limbs, blood everywhere. I was like, I am traumatized. But it was such a good movie. But yeah, what I'm getting with this card is definitely trusting someone, really seeing them, really giving to them. Not because, you want to win an argument or you want to, have good points, but because you genuinely want to, like, you don't want them to be happy. And yeah, you see how it ended? This is beautiful. You see how we ended? We started with, oh no, this is what I learned. I can never escape it, to, yes, I can, because I am not a child anymore. I have the power to do this. I have the power to be caring and kind. I'm not going to be punished. And see the lovers, and I think these are the same children again. So we have the full circle, and this is one of my, honestly, those two cards are my favorite. Every time I see this card, one time I saw this card and I got just like a flashback of a memory I had, and I was like, ooh, what was that, a past life? Was that this life? It was so weird, so surreal. But yeah, the lovers, I'm gonna read what it says because it was just so lovely. It was just so nice. Oh, where is it though? Yes. Hold firm in the wind together. Yeah, don't be trying to separate. That's what I'm getting. Oh, that was just so nice. Yep. Think of someone else. That's what it says. Think of someone else, and that's what you're thinking of. You're thinking of your lover, and this was beautiful. This was a beautiful message. Oh, you guys, I love love. I love love. Everyone's like, why aren't you in love? Because I love love. I didn't say I love being in love. So, right. Oh, there was this one song, and it was like, I'm in love with the thought of being in love with you, or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I feel most of the time. Maybe that's useful. Okay, let's see. What else does group 2 need to hear today? What do they need to hear today? Okay. See, what did I say? Whenever I said it, it's like, of course. Yep. So, ooh, Hailstorm, the Haglas, and Manas. Ooh. Okay, but I like the sense here, and also the notice. Okay, so sometimes you gotta put boundaries. Actually, boundaries are necessary. Let's put it this way. And sometimes boundaries can transcend that and just be walls and just be completely shutting off. So in this case, I'm getting what you need to hear is sometimes you gotta tear down the wall. Sometimes you gotta just be like, okay, we don't need that. We don't need to be like that anymore. And the thing is that with boundaries or with coping mechanisms, in order to get rid of them, you gotta remind yourself. First of all, you gotta be grateful for them. Thank yourself. Okay, so for example, if one of your coping mechanisms was to be, I guess, a people pleaser, or I don't know, to be quiet when someone, like if you constantly got yelled at and you learned how to be quiet, so now you really have a hard time saying what you want, saying what you need. Thank that, okay, because it helped you get here. Okay, it helped you survive. But now you can do it. Now you have the power to unlearn it. And it takes time. And again, as it takes time, because this is what we hear, and you go back to familiar patterns. It's going to take time, but you can get rid of them. You can learn better ways. Rewire your brain even. But it's going to take time. So give yourself the time. Give yourself the space to do that. To basically bring harmony to yourself. That's what you need. That's what you need. And the harmony here is not even like the other rune that the group 1 have, the joy and the bond, the two people together. No, this is all about cooperation. This is about not even you, it's about your like your union as a whole. Like you're transcending yourself. You're just one being now, almost like. And that's the message usually with. So yeah, form something new. Oh, and you had that one as well. You had your rune, the Fehu rune. See this little house on the prairie. That's what I think of. The sound of music. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh, and that song. Oh, immediately in my head. No, we're not gonna sing it. I don't even remember the lyrics. But anyways, let's go back to it. So what you need to hear is love, 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 love. That's what the opposite of fear is. Love. That's the only way to. Because you started from fear. You really started very afraid, and I don't blame you because that's how you were taught. But It's time to see that love brings, like when you love someone and when they love you, they're gonna, right, they're gonna give back to you the love that you're giving them. Right? It's not gonna be difficult. It's not gonna be painful anymore. That's what I'm getting. Or at least you can trust this person. Trust is also, trust is tricky because first of all, it has to be earned, right? But at the same time, if you don't trust enough someone to give them the chance, then they can never earn it back. So, right? It's a paradox, but sometimes when they say, oh, have trust, yeah, have faith. At the same time, how can I have faith and trust when I have not seen results? Right? And this is sometimes the argument that people have for religion, because they're like, oh, I can't see it, I can't touch it, like that means it might not be true, it must not be true. But that's not the case, because not everything you see, for example, is true, and not everything you can't see means it's not true, right? That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, you cannot see, for example, you cannot see every galaxy out there, but you know they're real, you know they exist technically, right? You cannot see the bacteria in your mouth, but you know it's there. Because TV tells us that, and it's like, oh, that's why you gotta protect yourself. So basically, I'm saying it's a really tricky situation. You might want to have concrete proof, but that's not how it works. That's not how love is measured. Love works always, right? Sometimes it's a feeling, and it's really hard to prove that what you're feeling and what it's like you're seeing is like real, but it is. So yeah, love is the answer. Ocean White, that was the song. Love is an ocean wide, something like that. Was it like that? I don't remember. It was a good song. The answers from the one all about the word of God. Speaking of faith, and this is about communication, messages, and just trusting a higher power. I'm also getting, if you need to get some guidance on how to deal with the relationship, because I'm drawn there's two people here as well. Don't be afraid to seek guidance. Don't be afraid to outsource. Let's put it this way, outsource, right? Because sometimes you might, God, it was so weird actually. Made me think of one thing. So a friend of mine, like I recently met this girl, but oh my God, we clicked. And one day she just like writes me a message. She's like, girl, I need to call. And I'm like, okay, what's up? She's like, I got a dream with you. And I'm like, okay. And this dude, I'm like, wait, what? And it was one dude I was talking about. Right? There was like history between us or whatever. But it was like, right? And then she tells me, well, I had a dream about you guys. And it was very weird. And mind you, she did not know anything about him. Anything about what happened. I literally just mentioned him once. I was like, yeah, I mean, I have a weird taste in guys, and I'll show her the picture. And then she tells me, oh wow, so I had this whole dream about you guys, and you're not gonna believe. And then she proceeds to tell me everything, and I kid you not, it's like she knew. And sometimes you get those messages. And I was telling to another friend of mine, literally saying, girl, I can never get rid of this person. I'm getting messages from other people's dreams, not even mine, because I guess I don't listen. So I'm getting, if you're here right now, you better listen, because you're like my friend right now, getting the message for you, because you never listen. That's how I got this one. And I was just freaked out the whole day. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? But it was true. And it was something about, I guess, sharing information. That was the whole sense of the dream, that I have to share something, that I have to say something. And I was like, ooh, I don't, that's uncomfortable for me, so I don't know. So yeah, if that's I think like that's the message for you as well. Like, you gotta share something. You gotta share, but you don't wanna. And yeah, you have the rune of legacy, inheritance, family as well. Family ties, blood ties. The saying, blood is thicker than water. Actually, that's only half of the saying. Basically, blood is thicker than water, but water is, water you can choose. Basically, that saying got shortened to mean that, oh, blood is thicker than water, so you should always stick by blood. But it was actually the opposite way. It was, blood is thicker, okay, right? But the family that we choose sometimes can be a better family to us than the people we've grown up with. So this person is your chosen family, and I'm not saying they're better, but they're definitely different than your family, and they're helping you with different stuff. So that's the sense here, that don't look back to what you know, look back to what you can learn, because there's something, that you can change, something better, something different that you can do that's going to bring you more happiness and more joy, and you're going to feel more loved. That's what it is. Oh my god, that was long. Sorry about that story. I just feel like I needed to share. I needed to tell you. I'm just gonna give you an example because I don't share. And a conversation between us goes like a lot of how do I say it? It goes very telepathically, because it's like I'm trying to say something but I don't say it. He's trying to say something but he don't say it. So we don't talk. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. Sorry, I listened to Charlie Puth before I started this reading. Never make a mistake. I'm kidding. He has good songs. But I'm just getting that you guys really need to talk. Yeah. Don't be like me. Don't be like me who's like, oh no, I mean, I love to talk, but when it comes to something actually important, I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna say it. Like, you cannot make me say it. I don't know why. I guess I've just been shamed like a child. I've been shamed into not sharing how I feel, so now I can never unlearn it. But I can, okay? I believe in you. We're gonna unlearn our patterns. Okay, you and me today pledging this. Comment down below. I promise I will unlearn my bad habits for snow. Oh, yeah, you don't have to do that. But if you do, we're going to do it together, okay? We're going to go back to this checkpoint. So, can we get some advice for group... Ooh, cat mystery. Can we get some advice for group... Oh, by the way, there's this one cat, really, that goes around the neighborhood. He looks like that. My baby. Oh, can we have some advice for group 2, please? Can we have some advice for group 2, please? Really? Both of them? Okay. We got a cat and some bugs. But the spider really is a dream weaver. Okay, they're really talented like nobody else. Okay, well that was it actually. Healing, frog, and moth awareness. So very buggy today. Very reptilish. But yeah, I love frogs. Don't you guys love frogs? I remember watching this when I was a kid. I watched Witch. I know we had 2 shows that for my age range. I'm born in 1996, by the way. I think I'm a Gen Z too. I don't know. But yeah, we had this one show called Witch. It was based on an Italian, I think, sort of like a manga style, like a comic book. So good though. The main character, I just feel like I subconsciously started doing the main character thing. Because I got my hair shorter and now it's red, so right. And she used to be obsessed with frogs. It was the cutest thing. It's basically, if you know anything about the show, it's like, oh yeah, Will loves frogs. And that always makes me think of that. And she had this is the message here. She had I guess difficult childhood. Or she had divorced parents, so there was something with that, and also keeping a secret from everyone. But yeah, it was just really something about her and the guy she was dating in the show. That actually they made it work. They were the healthiest relationship in that show. And that's saying a lot for kids shows. So maybe go check that out, or just kind of get that example. Healing. So yeah, let's read the healing one. By the way, this is a spirit card. All of them are spirit cards. So you're really asked to trust in a higher power, trust in knowledge, in messages you're getting. And today it's me. I'm the messenger. I want to say of the gods, but I'm like, can I be that cocky? Oh, okay. Frog healing. Call on your tribe to hold space for your emotional transformation, right? Call on your tribe, maybe your family, your friends. It doesn't have to be your partner, but also can be your partner, right? The frog's deep croaks and calls enables us to draw parallels on how we each like to find individual ways of expressing ourselves emotionally, and that those who match our song are our chosen support team in our healing process. Call on your tribe to get you through these highly sensitive times and allow them to hold your space for your healing to occur. That is lovely, you guys. That is lovely. So basically, find like-minded people. as I was saying, sometimes you gotta have, differences. Sometimes you just want people that understand you, okay? That you don't have to explain yourself, right? Like 100 times why you need things the way you need them to be. Okay, sometimes people just say, just look at me and understand me, and that is rare. And I always say that people don't really understand. That's how I feel, that people don't really understand me, and that's because my Leo is in that 11th house. I'm always thinking like, I feel like nobody gets me. But that's my own feeling. That's because I want to be very special. But if you feel like that, if you ever feel like, right, nobody's getting you, that's not true. Okay? There's always someone that's going to get you. You just got to call up on them. Okay? Call on me. Ray, call on me. That's the song. Sorry, I couldn't reach that note. We can unlock our deepest desires when holding gentle yet persuasive intentions. Oh, the cat here, right? Cats are very lovely animals. The difference, so a lot of people love dogs because dogs are very showy. Okay, when they like you, they like you. They're just all into you. Like, they're so friendly. Cats, though, I personally prefer cats. Like, I love dogs, but I prefer cats because cats are just very gentle. Cats are very patient. Cats will not come up to you unless they want to come up to you. They're very they protect their space, and I think that's why cats are like, just demand respect, or like they look, how to say, like, they just, you show them respect because they show themselves respect. That's how it is. Not to say that dogs don't do that. It's just they have a different way of expressing themselves, and a lot of people don't like cats for that reason, because they think, oh, if I say, if I, snap my fingers, then, the animal should come, right? No, that's free will. Cats teach us all about free will and respecting someone else's boundaries. And actually having a cat taught me a lot of, yeah, I love my cat, but if she doesn't want to be around me, that's her choice. That's her, right? I'm not going to force her. So yeah, I just noticed that sometimes people don't just get dogs because they love dogs, but also because they like that control that they can have. They can teach the dog to do whatever they want, and that's not something you can do with a cat. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty. That's how humans are. You cannot teach a human to do something that they don't want to do. And that's not just saying, oh, you can that's like stomp your feet and be like, oh, I can't control them. But that's not how it works. It's not control. It's free will. So yeah. Often considered as lucky charms, superstitious omens, and the like, cats seem to carry an air of mystery wherever they go. They teach us how to tap into our own divinity by owning our own deep sense of self-worth, self-honor, and worship. Yeah, what did they say? I mean, they were worshipped in Egypt for a reason, right? Because they were just, probably a cat, I don't know, decided that, the emperor said it to, I don't know, do something, and the cat was like, nah, I'm a cat. I'm not going to do anything I don't want to. And they were like, fascinating. They must be gods. Cats show us how enchanting life can be when we're in touch with our own mystical flow, and play on our ability to gently touch, stroke, massage, and whisper into our needs and desires. Ooh. They remind us of the quiet joy that comes when we allow our senses to truly come alive and experience the mysterious sensations that life has to offer us when we're devoted to ourselves. Right? Love. As I said, choose love, choose affection. I really have nothing else to add, but just cats are really nice, man. Just really nice. And I used to be a dog. Okay, I used to be like a strictly dog person when I was younger. Like, I wanted a dog every time. And then we got a cat out of nowhere, and I was like, okay, so she chose us. She chose us. I cannot argue with that. So yeah, there's that. And can we get to the next ones? Praying mantis. Patience. What was I saying? You gotta have some patience. Practice patience in reaction more so than in action. So if someone, that's the thing, if someone steps on your toes, what do you do? What do you do? Do you just, go all out of them, or do you kind of patiently explain? This is what I was saying as well. And the other cards. Possessing extraordinary eyesight. The praying mantis doesn't miss any potential prey in its sight and has very accurate judgment when it comes to walking and jumping. Reminding us of the gifts of surrender, patience, and determination, the praying mantis asks us to let go of control, worry, and disappointment, and instead to have patience and trust. not only in our actions, but also in our reactions. It is one thing to practice the art of waiting, surrender, and the inner peace, but it isn't until we are really tested that our true colors are seen and our actual knowledge can be applied. Right? Exactly what I was saying. Sometimes you gotta get triggered, baby, and it's gonna happen. And you gotta trust the process. And yeah, it's really easy to just avoid the trigger, right? This is what I do. I'm right. I run from situations because I'm like, "Ugh." And then I say, why do people run? No, no, it's me. I'm the one. I'm the one that doesn't want to stay and fix it, or talk about it. I'm just like, oh, right, no. So don't be like me, okay? Don't be like me. And finally, the spider, the dream weaver. It's really colorful. Okay. Create a life that supports you and allows you expressive freedom. Right? Freedom, free will, the lovers. Traits of the number 8 are organization, discipline, and control. Another control. You're very controlling. Generally associated with success and prosperity through her beautiful creative gifts, the spider shows that she can serve herself what is she desires, wealth, shelter, food, and to unshamedly and continually rebuild her dream to suit her desires as often as she wishes. She guides us to rebuild the life we wish to live, and in turn, this will attract exactly what we need because we put all out into creating it with pride. So yeah, exactly what I was telling you. Create new patterns, create new ways of expressing yourself. And when you start creating, when you start changing, things will start changing as well for you, right? You'll get like new opportunities. You'll get to do new things. And sometimes if we don't learn the lesson the first time, we get to repeat it. If I tell you that for the past few years, my life has been in cycles. Like it just goes and on and on and on. And I'm like, why am I repeating these things? But because I needed to learn something, I needed to do things better. For example, last year at this time, I was really struggling because I was like, oh, should I keep doing this? What am I getting anything in return? What am I doing? And now I'm like, I'm going to do it in spite of it, in spite of everything. So that's the message here. You got to keep going, baby. You can do it. I believe in you, right? We're doing this for snow. So yeah, I'm going to stop here before this turns into a 2-hour reading that I promise I will not do. But then I did anyway because, what am I? Like, if not thorough. So yeah. If you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe. Leave me a nice comment down below. Tell me what you want me to do next. Go follow me on Instagram. I post weekly bigger cards there. My website should be up and launched, so go check that out. It's on my channel page as well as my Twitch. And if you want a personal reading, sorry, I'm on a little bit of a hiatus right now. I'm taking a little bit of a break to focus on my mental health, physical health, and everything in between because I am stressed. But if you want it, if you really want it, you can just email me. I'll add you to the list. You have it ready on the 11th. So yeah, you can check it out there. Yeah, that's it from you guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hello, Group 3. Welcome to your reading of Messages Meant to Find You. I hope you're having a lovely day if you're here, or a night or evening. I don't know. I'm shooting in the middle of the night. So for me, whatever time it is, what is time? The best messages you get, 3 a.m. But what I want to talk about first with your rune, the one that you got for the birth, I'm getting that some of you might be pregnant, might be becoming pregnant. If you're not pregnant already, or you're gonna find out, like there's definitely that message there that some of you will be like, ooh, I'm with a child. Others, those who cannot either are not pregnant or those who physically cannot give birth, right? Because I'm speaking as if everyone can give birth, and that's not the case. Right? Sometimes even, right, and sometimes even women, right? Not everyone is going to be able to, which I'm really sorry about. Like if that's your case, my heart goes out to you. Because like regardless whether you want children or not, it's still, if you're told that you cannot, right? If you're told you cannot have something even though you didn't really know if you wanted it or not, it kind of sucks as well. So yeah. But I'm also getting that this might be a creative endeavor, a child of creativity. This could even be about falling in love. Like I'm just getting something new. Something new is happening. Something is being born into this world, is being created. Whether it's his life that you're creating or something that still everything that you make. Okay, like for example, I'm a writer in my free time. I mean, I haven't written in so long, and I started again. But basically, the way I look at my book, it is a baby. Okay, it's, you can say you're building a human, because like you have an outline, you have the bones of the story, then you have, right, the plot, which could be the, I guess, muscles, tendons, your characters can be the heart of the story, right? Kind of like that. So in any creative process, in any project, you're still building something, you're still making something. All right, sorry about that. My battery is dangerously low. What is happening? Let's see what messages you are gonna get. And I think I spent a lot of time with the last group, that's why. But we'll make it through, okay? So can we get messages for group 2? What messages were they meant to? Okay. What messages was group 2 meant to get? Okay, what messages were meant to find? Okay. Wow. And let's get one more. So yeah, it's a creative project. It's a creative project for sure. Again, very few of you will probably be actually giving birth or having an actual baby. So let's see the chariot. Actually, the chariot. What is the chariot about? 5 of Cups. Oh, the Ace of. Oh, look at that. So you could be falling in love. The 9 of Pentacles. Okay, 9 of Pentacles, please. Give me the 9 of Pentacles. Not feeling him. 9 of Pentacles. Too many. What do you mean? 9 of Pentacles. What is that about? What is the message? What's the message? Okay. And the 9 of Swords. Can we just get that, please? 9 of Swords. Oh, it's a 9 of... There you go. Okay, so you have the Tower, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Priest, actually the High Priestess, because in this deck they're gender bent, so yeah. Oh. Wow, so you guys really did, you fought a lot for this. You fought a lot for whatever you're doing. You really fought a lot from it. You cut off a lot of, how to say it, you burned a lot of bridges. You cut off a lot of people. You made sure to destroy everything standing in your way. That way I can also see it. And now, but now you're thinking that maybe you overdid it because you have a 5 of Pentacles, or that maybe, okay, let's put it this way. If you started your own business, or if you quit your job too fast before finding another job, now you're thinking, was that a good idea? I'm just getting that you're switching careers or something like that. And I'm getting, was that a good idea? Did I do the right thing? Like, oh boy, I don't know if that was the right choice here. But the Priest here is telling me that it is. It is. And you know it. You deep down know that you did the right choice, that you did the right thing, that you followed whatever you love to do. You know it was the right choice. Following your passion, your love, your, right, the way what you want to create actually. But at the same time, of course, there's always fear, because you're just, you're falling without a safety net. That's how it feels. And once you start something, you're going to be maybe low on money. And that can always create a little bit of anxiety. But you're getting through it. Like the Chariot here with the 5 of Cups. Oh. So, as you know, the 5 of Cups, you always have another opportunity. So I'm thinking that right now you might be looking at the losses. You might be looking at everything that you don't have anymore. And that's not really serving you. That's not really what it is. For some of you, that could be parting ways with a partner. That could be you leaving a relationship as well. And it seems it's a sad affair, right? You feel like everything is lost. Maybe you'll never find love again, or you had to separate with someone in order, to do something else, and now you want to go back to them or something. But it's like it's not even easy to go back to whatever you're doing, or to go back to the way things were. Maybe for some of you that's your issue. And again, this is a card that says it's not over until it's over, but you already think it's over, even though there's still chance, there's still hope, there's still things happening. So maybe that's what you need to hear today, that there's still hope to get into the right direction, the right path. I'm hearing some of you might think that, oh no, it's too late. But no, it's not too late to give, birth to new ideas, to something new. The Ace of Wands with the Three of Cups, that is the inspiration. That is that spark, that fire that, builds. And the way they're holding the fans, it's almost like you want to, like make the fire stronger. Like, because this is what you do with fire when you light, just like, ooh, fan it out. So what I'm getting here is, what you need to hear is that, yes, you do need a squad. Also, you do need a team. And I'm getting, what you need to do is, instead of focus on all the things that are gone, maybe like there's 3 people gone, or that you lost something, like you lost like you lost something, and it could be about relationship, it could be about jobs. And I'm getting, you lost like the 3 cups here, but the 3 cups are here. These are the 3 cups, right? They're still there, okay? There's still new people that's gonna fill in the roles that you like left open, for example. Right, because that's how I feel at one point. That sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm losing all these people, all these friends. And then I turn around and I realize I have even more friends, or I have new friends, or I have like people that, that I guess had a certain role in my life, and now that role is filled by someone else, but they're doing a better job of it. Let's put it this way. So that's what you're doing. That's what's happening. It's like you get that creativity, and you find people to inspire you as well, to like help you with that creativity, help to nurture it, help to grow it. And in return, and this could be a romantic partner, or this could be just everyone in your life just being like, oh yeah. And this creates a really nice place for you to just create, to just be yourself, to just be who you want to be. The Magician here, the sorceress, is someone, oh sorry, I thought that was a spider again, and I almost freaked myself. The Sorceress here, the Magician, is telling you that yes, things are possible. It is possible. And also it's telling you to keep doing it. Okay, whatever you're trying to manifest here, love, connection, freedom, a child of love, that's also a thing. Falling in love is also a birth in a way. Is to just, is to believe in that, believe in love, believe in it. Oh, that's really nice. It's like nothing is lost, okay? This for me means that it's not lost. The fire is not lost. The spark is not lost. Things are not lost. Things are just the way they're supposed to be. And even though you don't see it, it is in the works, right? This is what I'm getting. The Nine of Pentacles with the High Priestess here. Well, with the priestess, but she's in the place of the priest, right? Because this deck is gender bent, and here it's a little interesting thing, because she has the right, we have the knowledge of the High Priestess, but also under the rules of the High Priest. And I actually want to read what it means. So the card here says, be careful what you like. The booklet, what it says for it was really interesting. It said, be careful what you desire, because you might receive it. So what do you want? What do you exactly do you want? Because you will get it, because it's there. You manifested it. But are you brave enough to get it? That's the question here. Are you brave enough? And the priestess means knowledge. Knowledge is not an end of a knowledge. Knowledge is not an end in and of itself. So basically, because I didn't understand that sentence, basically how I'm reading it is that knowing that you shouldn't wish for certain things doesn't mean that you don't wish for them, right? Because I'm getting that you want a lot of things. You want it all. You want to be strong, independent, or you want to be attached, or whatever you want to do. You know what it is. You're aware of your desires. At the same time, you're a little bit afraid of your desires. And I was explaining it to one of the groups that sometimes it's not scary to not getting what I want. It's not scary, because that I know how that ends, but having the possibility to get what I want, whole different story, whole different thing. Suddenly I'm just like, oh, okay, what is that about? Right? And it just becomes, right? Sometimes we're just afraid of getting what we need, what we want. Sometimes we gave up, so like we gave up on it that we're afraid. And I'm getting that you are having that anxiety. The Nine of Wands is your worst nightmares coming true. And I think this is what it is about. Because you might be wishing for good things, but at the same time, you might have a lot of doubt on your mind. And when you do, you're unknowingly or like unwillingly just manifesting more troubles for yourself, because you want to manifest the good things, but you deep down do not believe that that you deserve the good things, or that you can ever have them. And in turn, that just creates, right, a sense where you're trapped in your nightmares, you're just like, oh, things never change, things will never change. Of course they will never change, because you just keep feeding yourself anxiety. And the birth thing, oh my god, you know how all of us, especially women, like we always carry a lot of, not everyone, but we carry weight on our lower like belly, and it's the fat that you can never get rid of, because it's not really caused by anything else rather than stress. And that's where the food comes. And this could be a food baby. Now this is interesting. This could be a food baby. And why is there the food baby there? Because you're stressed, because you're depressed, because something's happening. And I can tell you for a fact that that's what causes it, because I went to the doctor and they said a bunch of things, and I was like, wait a damn minute. I mean, all you're saying is true, except that with my diet, the way I'm eating, I should be, a skinny legend by now, and I'm not. That means it's not just that. That means it's a lot of complex factors. And part of it is that the more stress you have, the more your body wants to hold on to things, because it's basically saying, oh my god, we're stressed, that means we're gonna starve, that means we're gonna die, we don't want to die, let's just hold on to everything. And that could also happen with energy, that could also happen with bad things. So if you're filled with rage, anxiety, stress, pain, trauma, you're never going to manifest the good things that you want, because there's always going to be a little bit of doubt in you, a little bit of like pain in you, that you're like, oh no, I don't know about that, like, oh my god, anxiety, right? So that could be it, that you're just a bundle of nerves, a ball of nerves, like you're not giving birth to the right things. Well, does that make sense? Yes, I had to figure out a way to charge my phone while I record, which is, technical difficulties, everybody. Today I just, I didn't even think about this today. Usually I'm very, very organized, but it was just a weird day. Anyways, let's get more messages for group 3. What else do they need to hear today? Okay, what else? What they meant to hear today? What else do they need to know today? Okay, group 3, what else? Oh, okay. All right. The rune of Thor, the rune of, okay, and Ephas. Okay, so, okay, that's interesting. So, I'm also getting that some of you might be stuck in a very traditional, not even household, just a very traditional community, where you're at this age where you're expected to start popping them kids, and you're like, ooh, I don't really wanna. So you gotta fight with people to let you work on your stuff, to let you actually get to where you need to be on your own. Also at the same time, I'm getting that you're really like putting all your energy, like you're very stubborn, like you're like, this is the rune of Thor, like you're really fighting there, you have a lot of diligence, you could put a lot of work into the things you do, but you're still not getting results. And these two cards are similar, because again, he can escape this, he can just untie himself, he can just easily escape, but he doesn't, because he thinks that he should suffer. And that's the difference here. The Eight of Swords, you don't even see the way out, because you're so deep in your suffering. In this card, it's like, oh, I know I can get out, I think I need to suffer, I think I deserve that. Why do you think you need to suffer? Like, what is it happening? Why is that? I'm getting that you want things, like you don't know how they say it. You think that if things happen too easy, then they're not meant to happen, or they're not real, or they're not true, or there's something there that you're just like, oh, maybe we should like labor more. Labor, right? You need to put more labor into it. That's what I'm getting. going into labor. And labor is like, actually, giving birth, it is hard. Like, I never given birth, but it looks painful. I've heard the stories. Oh, I've heard stories. My mom said, like, what I did to her. I'm like, well, she doesn't put it that way, but she's like, well, that was intense. Apparently my head's too big or something like that. Right? That's why I'm always having anxiety, because my brain's too big. Hey. But I'm getting that labor is hard. Labor's hard. Any kind of labor, and but also it shouldn't be, right? It shouldn't be too hard as well. And I'm hearing that maybe in your right, in your mind, in order to in order to do something, you need to put blood, sweat, and tears into it. Okay, you can't just have something just nice handed to you. No, you need to put blood, sweat, and tears into it. If you don't, then do you really want it? Do you really actually want to have it? And yes, you could still want to have it. Sometimes you don't always have to deplete yourself of everything in order to do something right. And I'm getting the sense of like, oh, I have to sacrifice this or that for my child, for my project, for my baby, right? As I said, I call my book a baby. I have to sacrifice it all. Just how I'm sacrificing for my channel a lot of my sleep, because I'm like, my time management is bad. So we're gonna stay up all night, y'all. Yeah. It's pretty bad. But yeah, the Ingos rune is all about boundaries and protection. You want to be protected from whatever it is that you're going through. And it's also when you have something that you're baking, that you're making, you want to have that safety. The thing about that is that there's also a tendency here to isolate. So I'm getting the message, your crew, your friends, your partners, right? Whatever your partner. Okay, you're probably gonna have one partner, right? Unless you're cheating, I hope not. But the people in your life, they're not just there for the good times, okay? They're not just there just to have fun, get drunk, have, the time of your lives. They're also there to support you, give you emotional support. So I'm getting the message, reach out to your tribe, reach out to your crew, reach out to your family, to your blood relatives as well. Wow, Snow. Losing the ability to speak as the night goes on. As the night changes. Yeah. But I'm getting really lean on your, if you're in a family unit, lean on your partner. If this is about your whole family, your whole legacy, your family as a whole, it is a good time to just seek that structure, seek that right institution. Because here the priestess, even though we didn't have I read it kind of like the high priest more than the actual priestess, and it's about the institutions, it's about the faith, it's about the following the rules, following the dogmas, following tradition. So maybe sometimes you do need to go back to tradition and do need to go back to the traditional way of doing things. Right? That's what I'm getting. And blood ties are important. Overall, I'm getting, even though sometimes it might feel trapping to go back to family when you're an adult, because it's like, oh my god, I cannot, right? They're gonna ask me questions, or like there's problems going on. They can really help you like reach your dreams. They can really provide that foundation, and it makes sense, because here it doesn't matter what kind of baby we're talking about. If it's a baby if it's a creative baby, okay, that you need to put we don't want to burn the house down. Okay, so if it's a creative baby that you need to put right effort in, even if it's an actual baby as well, if it's something that you're putting time and energy in, you don't want to be thinking about those things like, how do I pay rent? What do I do here? Like what happens now? So basically I'm getting lean on other people that can support you at this time. Um, right? Whether that be your partner who, while you're pregnant, when you're actually pregnant, or you're working on something else, works so that they can support you, so that you can start your dream. Whether that be your family, again, if you're actually giving birth or doing something else, whether that be your mother that can help you out with raising your kid, helping you out with tasks. That is up to you, but the message here is clear that having that foundation, having that comfort really allows you to spread your wings and fly. Really allows you to just unburden yourself from thinking about these things, and just do what needs to be done. Kind of like when people say, kind of like when people say, "Oh, I'm a self-made this, I'm a self-made that. Oh, I managed to buy this at this age," without actually disclosing that a lot of them had help from their families, right? And this is what I'm getting here, that don't think that you should do it all alone. Everybody has help. We need help. Everybody needs help at this point as well. So don't be sad that you're not, I don't know, the youngest billionaire, right, ever. It could happen. Oh no. We're in danger zone. I'm just like, ooh, falling asleep. Yeah. Don't feel bad that you didn't achieve everything in time. That's also what I'm getting. That you didn't achieve it all, do it all, right? Because sometimes, like some of you, okay, there's different priorities for people. So I always prioritize, I guess, my growth, my own growth. I'm not really, even though I should be, like we all should be, prioritizing, I guess, relationships. I'm not. And for you, you might feel like, oh, I prioritize relationships over, my own projects. So now I have to do my own projects, and that's scary. The thing about it though, okay, so when I prioritize projects, that gave me qualities that I can use later in relationships. While you prioritize relationships, that gives you quality you can use in your projects, creative endeavors, work. So it's never lost. Nothing is lost. It's just how you decide to do things. So yeah. A lot of dreams. Your dreams are coming true. And also go take a nap, okay? Go take a nap. It's not just you. Because the other groups, I was completely fine. With your group, I started falling asleep. That means you need to take a nap. Okay, and let's get you some advice finally. We're almost done. Can we get some advice for group 3, please? Can we get some advice for group 3, please? Can we get some advice for group 3, please? I realized I forgot to have dinner. That sucks, doesn't it? Too late now. Okay. Oh, can we get some advice for group 3, please? Can we get some advice for group 3, please? Okay, so that one really wants to come out. Then we're going to take it. I wasn't sure, but yeah, it really wants to come out. The group 1 had the same one. That's why I was like, ooh, really? That one? Okay. Okay, can we have some advice for group 3, please? One last one. Ooh, hummingbird, joy. That's cute. Okay, and what's the bottom? Wombat, exploration. Ooh, and wolf, connection, right? Because you build connections. Okay, so the wombat, 12. Is that a 12? I don't know. Yep, found it. Yep. All right, so that is an earth card. You have 2 earth cards, 1 water card, and 1 air card. So earth, grounding yourself, okay? Because you have some like anxiety-ridden thoughts, and whenever we have too much air, we have to ground ourselves, okay? So we don't like lose ourselves in thoughts. Okay, the key to balancing all of life's callings is to explore innovative solutions. Okay, right? Innovative solutions. So you got that. Unlike most marsupial mammals, the wombat has a reverse pouch to rear and store their young, allowing them to continue on with the things they enjoy, kind of like carrying a baby on your back, digging, burrowing, and uprooting things, with minimal hindrance or impact upon the lives of those they love. Wombats are true masters of balancing duty and passion. Ooh, and you know what? That is significant for me because you know how right? It's basically how I've seen that, African mothers like carry their children on their back, and then they do everything with their hands, kind of like they can, hold things in their head, right? All those tribes in Africa. I'm getting an image. And also, again, if for those of you who are having an actual child or an actual something is happening, like something new is happening in your life, they're saying you don't have to stop doing the things you love just because you had a kid. You don't have to suddenly change up your whole life. I mean, something's gonna change obviously, but you don't have to like lose the things you love. So yeah, you can carry that kid with you. You can do it, or like you can still do the project that you love and still have another, things to do, other things to do. So like you can do it all if you believe in yourself. Hey, gratitude, the buffalo. Let me read that one if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Deep acknowledgement for what you have enables you to thrive. Okay, what do you have? You have stability at least. You used to have protection. When we see that such large, strong, and powerful beings can survive on elements so readily available and renewable here on Earth, sunshine, rain, soil, and plants, we can see that when respect is given to such important and sacred offerings, our gratitude is in turn rewarded back through Mother Earth's true nature, to nurture that which dwells upon her. Aww. So you're being nurtured as well. And I'm getting, if you are, again, actually pregnant, the earth here is supporting you, is kind of like it makes you feel connected to Mother Earth, doesn't it? Because you're like, oh, I'm carrying life, creating life, at least for the women, because who else is going to be pregnant? Oh, maybe trans men as well, right? Yeah, it depends on like whoever has the means to get like pregnant and are pregnant at this point. Yeah, doesn't that like make you feel connected to really to Gaia, to Mother Earth, right? That's how it feels. And gratitude for the things that you have, for the things that you're surviving on or like living on. That's what the buffalo is. The buffaloes are also there. They live in herds as well, so that could be a significant. This one though is significant. Let me tell you. Parrotfish, water. Also, it's a 22. So, and we have I was gonna say, is it a 44? No, it's a 46. We missed that one. Wear your true colors and own your unique abilities. Oh, that's nice. The parrotfish demonstrates the power of courage and energetic protection, showing us that we can still be present and show up in situations that scare us or seem risky, providing that we're prepared, true to ourselves, and able to protect our own energy. As we navigate through the energy waters of life, we can see that in order to lead a life in full color, we often have to hide them from those who wish to bring us harm or steal our light. Right? Huh. And this is what I'm getting, that you don't always have to be like you can protect yourself. That's the thing. For some of you, you can protect yourself from family. For some of you, you're not gonna find that comfort in family and just be like, oh, okay, they're gonna help me. Some of you might feel like I have to isolate, but you know what? That's also okay. That's fine. It is okay to wanna find your own, to wanna find your own thing, get your own thing. I'm getting only go with those who like really appreciate you, see your true colors, see you for who you are. So it's kind of like you don't have to share anything that you don't want to share with anyone, right? Because people will be nosy. People will be asking you things. I'm also getting, again, people might ask you for updates on how you're doing. Maybe basically be very invested in whatever you're doing, whatever either project or actually your bun in the oven. Okay, people might be very, very curious. And I'm getting, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to tell anyone anything, right? Kind of like, I hate when people just ask pregnant women to touch their bellies. Like, it's just so disrespectful in a way, that kind of thing. So put boundaries there, okay? You don't have to say, yeah, sure, feel them kick. No. Or like, as I was explaining in the beginning with the book, I would love for people to read it. I would love for some feedback, but if they're not giving me the feedback, then I guess, or if they're not, I don't trust them, then I don't have to give them, my book to read, right? Right? So yeah, it's up to you. And finally, the hummingbird. Oh, I got this. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish strong. Okay, so hummingbirds. The smallest things in life offer the biggest spectrum of light. Oh, right. It's small gestures, it's small things. The hummingbird urges us to stop wasting energy on things, ideas, dramas, or beliefs that are not for our highest good, and instead ask us to look for what we already have in our lives to feel grateful for, right? Exactly, gratitude, because you're having anxiety because you're looking at everything, all the nightmares, coming true. Basically, you want good things, but you're afraid to get the good things, or you're afraid that with the good things comes the bad things. And that's why you get more of the bad things. That's how it works. Okay. Their colorful and iridescent plumage reminds us to see the beauty and full range of fulfillment in the smallest things, and to see that whenever we shine a light on the things we love, we are gifted with the full spectrum and sensory delight it has to offer as a reward for our fullest attention. We all know the saying that the best things in life are free. And the hummingbird teaches us this truth, and also adds that the smallest things can often provide the biggest reward. Oh, how lovely. Yeah. And that is true. That is true. Sometimes the smallest gesture of kindness can make our day. It can make our day. Like a smile from a stranger can make our day sometimes. And that's what they're saying, that you gotta appreciate the small things. Small Reminders by Tinashe. That's what I'm hearing in my head. That's the song. Yeah, I love channeling music. But also just, be the same to other people as well. Make people enjoy their life, even with the small things. Just do random acts of kindness. That's what I'm hearing. Random acts of kindness. Something that you might want to be like, okay, that's nice. Like, we'll see what we do with that. But yeah, that's actually all I'm getting for today. Oh god. I need to stop because I'm done right now. I need to stop. I was wondering, why is this reading so long? And then I saw that I actually started like shooting later than I wanted to because I couldn't record my intro and stuff. So, technical issues. So yeah, if you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe. Leave me a nice comment down below. Tell me what you want me to do next. Go follow me on Instagram. I post weekly video cards there. More episodes will be up and on, so go check that out. It's on my channel page as well as my Twitch. And if you want a personal reading, right now I'm on a little bit of a break, but I'm returning on the 11th of October, so you can still request a reading. It's just gonna be done on the 11th. You're just gonna get it on the 11th or that week, of the 11th. Otherwise, you're still gonna get it. So yeah, that's all I got for you for today. Thank you for joining me, and see you next time. Bye guys.